All right, man, this is Crow 777 Radio episode 79. This is the intro to the intro because there is an update. I had an International Space Station video copyright struck, and guess who put the copyright strike on me? Not NASA, no siree. It was Believe Entertainment. So all you folks out there, Believe. Let's jump into the intro after the intro for the intro. Beep! All right, man. Welcome to the intro to episode 79, Crow 777 Radio podcast. Jason Lindgren is with me. We are going to take apart on the tale of the Edward Bernays episode, The Advent of Cinema, Radio, and the Worst Weapon Ever Invented, Television, and we're going to demonstrate that in spades. But first, a couple corrections. Early on, you will hear me say Facebook a couple times when I mean YouTube. I have not used Facebook for years and never will again. As well as I'm speaking about the movie later on in the clip, Back to the Future, I am saying radio when I mean television or TV, but I think that's pretty obvious. But it looks like we have a response from YT to the modern meme, modern day book burning. There is an old-timey image circulating that says your films will last forever on YouTube. You can go to my Twitter, Crow777 on Twitter, to see this image, which appears to me to be a response to the idea of the modern day book burning, which is in fact going on. And I would point out to YouTube, your films will not last forever because you guys delete them and you censor them. That is not films lasting forever. Anyhow, this is one heck of an episode. As we delve into the damage television has done, people will be stunned. And I'm going to add here a little bit of information that appears in the second hour because I want everyone up front to be aware. If you look at your television, there's usually a hertz indicator that tells you how many hertz your television has. As an example, if it says 60 hertz, it means that the frame rate, basically the frame rate of your television, is 60 frames per second. What it's actually telling you is your screen is refreshing 60 times a second. Now, the human eye, I forget what it is. It's like 10, 14 frames, something like that. That's what the human eye can pick up. To put this into perspective, Hollywood Golden Age films ran at 24 frames a second, and some of the reasons cited for that was, of course, smoothness of movement, but it would put kind of a motion blur, which gives that quality that we're familiar with in old film. But here's the rub. Modern TVs coming out now have a hertz rating of over 120, some of them, which means your television screen is refreshing in your face over 120 times. In this episode, I point out the just blatant subliminal programming that went into the sign-off of the Star-Spangled Banner. And actually, I don't know if I've got that right. I think it's the Star-Spangled Banner. Maybe it's America the Beautiful. Doesn't really matter. It's not the point. The point is you can go on YouTube now, look at the sign-off clip that was used in this country, and see the programming, which is verbatim the language used in the movie They Live, Obey, this kind of thing. Here's my point. When you get a refresh rate on modern TVs up over 120 hertz, where that screen is refreshing in your face 120 times a second, in my view, you are looking at the potential for carrier signals, nothing more. What's even the point? At a certain point of frame rate, which has got to be a lot closer to maybe 30 or 40, your eye's never going to know the difference. The argument is being made that for Ultra HD and Super HD and Handy Dandy HD, that the higher frame rate really gives a smoother amount of movement. My point is still standing firm here. When you start to get up to 120 frames or more, something else is going on here. Anyhow, this is a heck of an episode. If anyone ever wondered what television has done to our country and what it's doing to our country now, listen to this episode. We lay it down. You can test it. You can challenge it. Anyhow, let's jump in with Jason Lindgren for episode 79. There it is, man. Cheers.